Yes, mate, how's it going? My name's Lee. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to FPL. Been a long time. A nice little break over the World Cup, but now we've got some proper football back, and I'll have a bit of that. Buzzing, mate. So, today we'll be going through my Game Week 17 first draft. A couple of players that I'm thinking about, a couple of players that I'm considering, and then go for my current draft that I've got at the moment. If that's the kind of thing you're into, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment down below. So up first, we've got the goalkeeper and defence. And as you can see, I've got Kepa in goal, Trippier, Cancelo, and James. On the right, I've got the potential defensive alternatives that I am considering. Robertson, who I think is going to be a great option for Liverpool. I would rather go Robertson over Trent. Luke Shaw, I really want Darrow, and if Darrow was 100% fit, nailed on, all that kind of jazz, he would probably be in my team, I think. I really like Darrow, and I think he's a great FPL option. And then we've got Perard from Southampton. 4.4 mil, absolute bargain. Southampton have got some incredible fixtures for about 10 games in a row. I don't think they've got anything that the Fantasy Premier League website deem over a 3 in fixture difficulty rating. So they've got some really nice fixtures, and he's quite an attacking fullback. So I think he's definitely one to consider. But onto the main team. So Kepa in goal. As you can see from the bottom right, I've gone for the commonly used Leicester Chelsea kind of rotation combination. So I've got Kepa first choice, I've got Ward on the bench, and I can rotate through those. I think they're both a really nice rotation option. Chelsea and Leicester, so you could even have Castagne on the bench. Like your two sub defenders could be Perard and Castagne, like who are both relatively cheap for what they are, and rotate them in and out with James or whatever. But no, like Chelsea got some really nice fixtures. Bournemouth, Forest, and we've got the double in 19. And then on to Palace and Liverpool. So the rotation kind of works with Kepa and Ward. So you play, you might play Kepa for the first 4 of those game weeks, and then the last one when Leicester play Brighton, in comes Ward. It's not a great fixture, but it's better than Liverpool away, isn't it? Of course. Kepa seems nailed on for Graham Potter. I'm just not convinced of his fitness. Like, he did play the other day, but whether that translates over to official high stakes Premier League game up against Bournemouth, I'm not sure if Kepa does play. I would like some more reassurances, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get them. The exact same thing with Reece James. I would love to have him for 5.8 mil. He is an absolute bargain at that price. I can tell you that for free, mate. Great attacking wing back. Really nice fixtures, and I think he's really good option. And if you don't have him, then I need to know your reasons down below, because I don't know what to say, mate. Don't know what to say. Right, Cancelo. Everything's already been said about Cancelo. Beast. Is he a little bit overpriced? I would probably say yeah. Would you get away with getting someone like Walker? Maybe. Would you get someone like Edison in goal and drop Cancelo down to, say, anybody really? Would you get Robertson in? Would you get Robertson in for Cancelo and upgrade Kepa to Edison? Always a shout. Or if Darrow was fit, I would consider dropping Cancelo for Darrow and Kepa for Edison. That would be my way of working things. The only issue you've got there is you don't want to make subs on goalkeeper. So are you limiting yourself in terms of outfield players? And then on to the man of the season, Trips, absolute monster. Newcastle are flying, and Trippier has been in great form. He didn't play that much at the World Cup, surprisingly. He played one full 90 minutes, I think, or did he play 2, and then a bit off the bench as well. So he's going to be relatively fit, and Newcastle didn't have a lot of players at the World Cup, and I think that is going to assist them in the long-term games of the season, because there's a lot of games coming up, and I think they're going to be relatively fresh. I think Almiron, who's a very high-energy, high-impact kind of player, I think he will just come out the box absolutely flying. I think Trippier will do the same. Clean sheets, assists, goals, he's got the lot. I think he's probably one of the most popular players, and same as James. If he is in your consideration, I need to know why. Leave a comment down below. So next up, we've got the midfield, and I've gone for double Man United in the midfield. I know it's a little bit of my bias coming through, but I just can't help myself. Rashford is flying, mate. Great goal against Burnley last night. I know it's Burnley, but they're top of the league in the Championship, so they're definitely no mugs. Like, they're better than some of the teams in the Premier League this season, I'd argue. Bruno has gone under the radar a lot. Now Ronaldo's gone, nailed on penalties. Everything will go through Bruno. Trust me, he's going to be an absolute beast. I don't think we'll get old Bruno back from a couple of seasons ago. I think we'll also, like, I really do. If we get 15, 16 goals and assists between now and the end of the season, I'd be quite happy with that. Maybe a little bit more. I think he'll deliver. Like I really do. He's a big player for us, and yeah, like he doesn't get the recognition he deserves because he doesn't put up the numbers that he used to. He's all one game. It's done so much better under Ten Hag, and people kind of forget about that. He's still an option. 9.8, massive option for me. Definitely like probably one of the more nailed players on my team right now. I don't see myself getting rid of at this point in time. Foden and Kulu. I've gone against Salah. And you'll see why in a moment. Like I see Salah as an alternative option, but that would come at the cost of Bruno, I think. And because I'm not going to captain Salah anytime soon because of the fixtures, it's basically going to be Haaland and somebody else. That why am I going to spend this amount of money on a player when I can spread the funds and get a better overall team? So that's kind of my thought logic there. Zaha, I'm seeing a lot of people like looking at. I'm just done with Zaha, and I can't be bothered dealing with him anymore. He's a pain. He's a troll, and I would rather him haul and miss out on the haul than have to put myself through that torment once again. So I'm refusing to do it. I'm not getting Zaha, and if you want him, you get him. But I'm not doing it. Almiron, Miguel. Oh my days, he ruined me up to game week 16. I don't know how to combat him without actually getting him. So do I just kind of make do, get him, suck it up, get it out of the way, and then I've got him and I can just deal with the points from there. But what a player, in great form. He's absolutely flying, and he's a massive consideration for me. It's basically him or Andreas, or him and I don't know. It makes it's tough. The midfield options are the toughest options in my opinion. Like you've got about 12 or 15 players that could come in and out. There's maybe 2 or 3 mainstays for me. Like that being kind of Foden. I mean, I really like my midfield. I want to keep all 4 personally. But like, where do you go from there? Like, yeah, it's tough. It is really, really tough. So I've got a little rotation at the bottom there between Man United and Villa. So you can see the first 3 fixtures for United are really, really good. And then they've got 2 tough games in 20 and 21. Villa have got nice games, 19, 20, 21. You could have someone like Matty Cash on the bench. Those first 2 tough games. Make a toss-up between Bournemouth and Wolves of like who you're going to play. And then bring Matty Cash in for those last 2 games against Leeds and Southampton. I think they're really good games. And like we all know, Matty Cash is capable of one of those monster hauls that he's done in the past. And he's a serious possible like contender for me. Like, you could even go Leon Bailey, but I think there's that many good midfield options. I'm not really thinking about Leon Bailey. If you are struggling for cash and you've already got Andreas and you want to go 3 midfield, I don't think Leon Bailey's a bad option, to be honest with you. Like you could even go, you could not have Rashford, have a midfield of like Foden, Bruno and Salah, and then your 2 bench options of Andreas and Bailey, and you could just rotate them because they've got quite nice fixtures between them as well. So that's always a possibility there as well. Am I making a mistake not getting Salah? Let me know down below. Alright mates, last but not least, my player of the season so far, Haaland, monster, captain 99% of the time. Not going to talk about him, no point. Absolute animal, been messy throughout the World Cup. He's going to come out flying once again. I've got no doubts about it. He is a Leeds fan, and I think he'll let them know that he's a Leeds fan by scoring a hat-trick. Darwin Núñez, I read a stat the other day, he's got the best non-penalty XG in the league, even above Haaland. He will explode at some point, and it depends if you want to be a part of that or not. I want to be a part of it. I think it's worth the gamble going Darwin over Salah, personally. That they're odds that I like the sound of. I watched United last night, and a lot of the players that played that didn't play in the World Cup looked very, very rusty. So are the likes of Haaland and Salah going to be rusty? Not sure. They did play a couple of games behind closed doors, so I don't really know. Darwin didn't look great in the World Cup, but he's with a better team now, and I think Liverpool will play better towards now until the end of the season. And I think he'll score goals. I really think he'll score a lot of goals now. I'm backing him. I'm just going to back him and trust me gut. And then we've got Mitrovic. My only worry about Mitrovic, he is on 4 yellow cards. So he's got, as you can see from the bottom right there, he's got Palace, Southampton, Leeds and Chelsea. If he gets a booking in any of those, he misses a game. I don't mind if it's in one of the first 2 games. They've always got replacements. The double game week would be an issue. He is going to be my first choice captain pick for game week 19 ahead of Haaland. Haaland's got Chelsea, I want to say. So Mitrovic has got Leicester and Chelsea. So it's basically Chelsea and then added on. I can see Mitchell scoring against any team in the league, so like it doesn't bother me they're playing up against Chelsea anyway. He is my first choice captain pick. If he's injured or suspended for any of those, probably Reece James. They have got a tough game in there, but they've also got a double, and he would be my second captain pick for that week. Some alternatives, if you can afford it and you've not got a Spurs attacker. So I've got Kulu, and that's just my preferred option. Harry Kane, I think you need him. Like you could easily go Darwin up to Kane, but then you have to take Kulu down to like an Almiron or something like that. If Mitrovic did get suspended or injured or anything, I've always got two backup options in Martial and Nketiah. I did consider starting with Martial. I just think Mitrovic with that double game week and captain potential for that game week is too much of a war to not bring in basically. Nketiah is, from the sound of things, going to be first choice. Striker at Arsenal until Jesus is fit, and you want a part of that attack. You do have very fluid attack, and I think Saka, Nketiah, and Martinelli will all be involved in the goals. I think if you've got one of them, I would still rather have Martinelli personally. I think Saka's probably the better player, but he's not worth the more money. I am tempted to keep Martinelli. I haven't sold him yet. These are just the draft schemes that I've been creating with my budget. But I am tempted to keep Martinelli. Like I really am. I've got a lot of money invested in him, as a lot of people have, and he's like quite a tough sell. But they don't have great fixtures. Do I get Rashford now? Give a bit of money in the bank. Keep Rashford up until game week 19, and then in 20 and 21 they've got City and Liverpool, I think it was, or Spurs. And then do I sell Rashford for Martinelli for that game week? That is a possibility. I don't like booking in transfers. That's it's one of those, like, which way do you want to go about it? The bench, I've already spoke about Ward. Andreas Pereira is the best budget midfielder in the game. Patterson, I think, is a starting right back, but they're not a great defence. They're quite an average defence, but they do keep the occasional clean sheet, and he plays. I think that's the important thing for these bench players, is that they actually play. And then Bueno, under Wolves, actually looks like he's playing. 3.9, absolute bargain. And if he's going to continue to play, I think they are going to get more defenders back soon. So the likes of Johnny and Aitnoy, I think, are going to be back from injury or bench and whatever they're back from soon. So he might lose his place, but he has played every single minute under Lopetegui so far. So is it worth the gamble for 3.9? I think it is. Up until the point of wildcard, he's going to be third choice on the bench every single week unless I've got a massive crisis. And it's better just to save the money, in my opinion, and kind of move from there. So on the bottom right there, you can see a forward rotation between Fulham and Newcastle. So like if you've got somebody like if you've got a 4-man defense and you've got, say, like an Andreas or Trippier, then that's a nice little rotation there. Or if you've got Andreas and Almiron, then nice little rotation between those as well. Just something I want to pop in there just to try and help people kind of try and figure some things out of like they might be able to do some rotation with a forward and defender or forward and midfielder between those two teams. And I think that's quite a nice rotation personally. So that's my first initial draft. You notice that I've only got one premium. I think that's the way I'm going to move forward. I don't see a lot of value in premium players unless I'm going to captain them. So Haaland's going to be captain 99% of the time. Mitrovic game week 19, and then there might be the odd one here and there that I can use transfers for and bring in. But I don't really want Salah. I don't see him. I think he'll do fine, and I think he'll score the odd goal in there. I think Darwin will score more than him, and that's the reason why I'm punting for Darwin over Salah. I think he's the better pick. I think he'll play number 9, and I think he'll do really well. Yeah, let me know what you think down below. Am I making the right choice? No Salah. Scary. Alright, mates, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. So today went for my game week 17 first draft. A couple of players that I've got at the minute, but like a few players that I'm thinking about, and the reason why I've only got one premium. If this is the kind of thing you're into, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment down below. Peace and love, mates.